You already know, man, another episode of Camp James, man. This is episode 24 episodes. That's amazing. We keep rolling through the good and the bad, the mistakes, everything that we do. We have fun talking to you guys about the sneaks and the kicks that we pick up in the different stores and people that we meet, and just keep pushing the sneaker culture from our perspective. Camp James. So, hey, getting straight into it, man. I hope everybody liked our 23rd episode. You know, well, Michael Jordan's a favorite, one of my favorite basketball player, favorite tennis shoe, Heart of Jordans. Our 23rd episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We had my boy Jared Jack, who plays for the Brooklyn Nets. He was on there really dropping knowledge and really filling us in on just what sneakers means to him. Being sponsored by Nike since he was 15 years old. That's crazy. A lot of us, many of us will never have that chance. But like I always say, this show is about the guests that we bring on here, just showing you different sides of the sneaker world, from celebrities, people who don't know that much about sneakers but got a bunch, people who don't have that many sneakers but know everything. There's just so many different aspects and so many different sides to this whole thing that we call the sneaker community. And that's what we want to show you and bring to the show for people who care about sneakers. Some people just watch it for entertainment. Some people actually want to know. Some people actually want to learn. And that's what we want to bring here for you at Camp James. So I'm going to start running my mouth and get into talking to some of the shoes that I've copped recently. Or whatever. I really copped. The shoes I'm going to show you today are shoes that I really appreciate having. Like, just some new cops to me, but I really wanted these shoes, so it's really cool. And to go straight into it, we got the Nike Terminator High Swaggers. This is a Japan quick strike. These came out back in 09. These are actually made like this. It's if I'm not mistaken, it's a store in Japan called Swagger Japan in Harajuku. I'm not sure if the stores are still open or whatnot, but back in 09, I remember these coming out, and these were impossible to get, and I've always wanted them. And I want to give a big shout out to my boy Croatian Styles on IG, Project Blitz LA. Dre, what's going on? It is almost no sneaker possible that they can't get. Definitely check out ProjectBlitzLA.com. Those are my boys. They can get anything. You just gotta be willing to pay. Definitely, what you want costs. Definitely, nothing in life is cheap or free. In reality, that actually means something. But these are the Nike Terminator Swaggers. The leather on these are crazy. I'm not even sure what leather it was. It looks like a kind of like crocodile. Crazy, super crazy leather. It's premium, definitely. And the inside, I took the insole out so you guys can check it out. Both of them says the same thing. It says put my Nikes on, get my swagger on. Definitely. One of the dopest collabs. I remember when the shoe came out, just seeing it from pictures, because I never got to see it in person. I was just the whole concept behind just a mismatched shoe. It's so cool, and if you really look, well, to me it was really cool, because if you look at it, a lot of people like wear two different Jordans, like two sixes, but like might be an infrared 6 and a black and red 6, you know, a bull 6. This was one of the shoes that, like, no, this is how it's made. It's not taking two different shoes and putting it together, where some people like, but a lot of people hate. That's what I really appreciated. Like I always tell you, like, sneakers expresses who you are as a person. Like, this sneaker is definitely not for everybody. Definitely not for everybody. But just in general, for a person whose style it matches and whose personality it matches, this is the perfect shoe. The teal side is my favorite. You know, I'm not really the biggest color of brown, but it's called like the mint chocolate or whatever. That's the whole concept behind the colorway and stuff. This teal side is crazy. It's gold tip accents on the laces, super crazy. Like I said, this one says the same thing on the inside. Get my Nikes on, get my swagger on. Really dope shoe, man. Once again, shout out to Project Blitz LA. These are crazy. The Nike sign embossed on the tongue right here, super crazy. Super crazy. Super happy to have this shoe. This is definitely one of my grades. I really think I'm almost done, man. This shoe means a whole lot to me. Definitely. The Nike Terminator Swaggers. moving forward in the world of Nike, one of the shoes that came out recently that I thoroughly love. Thoroughly love. The Supreme Nike Air Force One High. Man, I really wanted this shoe when I seen it. Really wanted the pack. Whatever. I'm gonna show you guys the box that it came in, and also show you some other Supreme releases from the past so far. Some recent ones that I picked up. Had to show you what Supreme's been doing. Came in the box logo, box per se, Nike. Simple, nothing major to it, just simple, straight to the point. Definitely super crazy. The red ones, the white ones. Haven't got the black ones yet. There's a black and white pair, but I'll get those soon. I want to give another big shout out to my boy Dre, Project Blitz LA. Definitely, like I'm telling you, whatever you need, man, they got it. Them is the peoples. Those are the peoples with the master plan. But all in all, though, to not even overhype the shoe, to keep it as real as we get on this show. This is nothing but an all-white Nike, all-white high, with just embossed leather on the back, pepper leather, Nike sign black. They just threw some pieces on there. For me personally, I like the shoe because I'm a collector of items. I like to collect Supreme stuff. I really enjoy it. Got into it about 3 years ago, and I've really enjoyed doing it ever since because they really make dope pieces. Like for me, this is my favorite Air Force One silhouette. So if one of my favorite streetwear brands comes together with an article of clothing or something I put on my feet, how much sneakers mean to me, and make something dope come together just to collab, to see two mega powers working together. That's the most amazing thing to me. I love to see one big company get together with another big company and make something that both fans can come together like, oh, I love this. I'm all about this togetherness, man. Peace and love all the time. But simple details, box logo on the tongue, definitely. Supreme across the back. 94, you know what I'm saying? Boom, world famous on the strap. Nothing too crazy at all. Regular Air Force One white bottom. Both sides got the same thing on it. Cool thing that I really like is got that good old, I always go in there and take these out for you. Red inside. Like I said, it's a simple number to white Air Force One, but if you really look at it, it's really some cool factors that's put into the shoe that makes it really dope. I got the Supreme times Nike right here on the red. I mean, it's really dope. It's really dope for people who are really into the sneaker, in the sneaker community, really understand why we do this. You understand it's the little things that count. It's the little things that count. For me personally, it's even more than little things, like the minuscule things that count to me, or whatever, as far as just two mega powers coming together and making dope stuff. And this is not the first time that Nike has even worked together with Supreme. I got some more kicks to grab for you guys. Just like I forgot I had these too. I forgot. You guys have seen me talk about these shoes in the past. But, I mean, Nike has been working with Supreme forever. This is not nothing new. And I just always appreciate the way they come. If you look at it, this is an SB, but look at the leather on this guy. Crazy, what I'm saying? Came like that. The gold Supreme lace lock. Gold accents, like, it's just dope. Even with the orange one. That crazy leather going around it. They don't slack. Just the colorway, how clean these trainers are. There's like the Supreme at the bottom, under here. Talked about these last episode. Like I said, I just really respect Supreme, how they do what they want to do. As far as just their branding, the items that they choose to use to put their branding on, like, they do it right. I really respect those guys on there. Shout out to the whole staff at both locations. NY, even Japan. Shout out to Japan. They showed me love in Japan. At London, show me love. LA, hey man, respect to all the guys at Supreme that work there. Definitely, man. The foam posit, I will say that I didn't care for this print, but just in general, that they knew to mess with the right. They don't nothing. Supreme is not gonna mess with something that they don't need to mess with. They always mess with like the right things. You know, so Air Force One, Trainer, foam posit, like top tier type of stuff. They make sure they do it right, and I respect that. Definitely respect that. Show you some more details on this red one. Came with the alternate white straps. I don't know. My favorite is still the white. I don't have the black yet, but I mean the red. You guys know. Like, I mean, red is my thing. So I'm definitely a big fan. It's just I'm starting to feel that red is becoming cliche because everybody's like, oh, red this, red that, red that. But whatever. You know, it is what it is. To each his own. Buy what you want or whatever. But you know, same thing. Red inside on the red ones or whatever. It should have been black maybe or white inside. They kind of just flip it, but that's just my personal thought or whatever. Super cool. Clean shoe, clean silhouette. To me, the best pack of the year. If you want to consider the pack, one of the best packs of the year to come out, if not the best. Definitely. The High Air Force One Supreme collab. Shout out to Supreme, definitely. I'll leave these down here. Definitely surrounded by all these Supremes. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Definitely. Boom, moving forward. Moving forward. Gotta take a listen. It's a new approach. I've never done these before. Some Timberlands. Just save the tatas, man. I have family members in my family that suffer from breast cancer. And you know, it's touched a lot of families out there. And just in general, when I seen this boot, this good old breast cancer Timberland and Champs, I had to pick it up. You know, I usually don't ever do boots, we keep it strictly sneakers, but this is a very good collab. Definitely. Super dope. It has the writing on the inside. Love, fearless, friends, family, strength, courage. I mean, it's as a man, as a male, that's something that we could never understand what that means or how that can make a person feel for a woman's pain as far as dealing with having to know that you can get breast cancer or having breast cancer or losing your breast and having to continue living life. Definitely, that's like a feature. Like, we're not walking around here with our private parts cut off and feeling okay about it. If you didn't have a private part as a man, you would feel some type of way. You would feel less of a man almost. So just imagine that from a woman having to lose something that men glorify and continue living and being strong. So shout out to all the women out there with breast cancer that's dealing with it, living with it, coping with it, finding a way to cope with it. I support you. Us here at Camp James, we support you. Timberland, we support this cause. Really dope, great, super dope, man. The suede on this is amazing. Do something like this all the time. I want some real green ones. St. Patrick's Day Timbs. We buying Timbs during St. Patrick's Day. That's what we doing, man. Shout out to Timberland. Last but not least, this was a new fetish that I picked up. I really got into the 14s. I never was a big fan. I always respected them. Last shoe Jordan kind of really hooped in for the most part and for the Bulls. But I feel like, you know, when you get older, you start to like, you get a new taste buds for things or whatever. I was like, oh, I didn't like onions growing up. Now I like onions. Those type of things. I still don't like onions, but still. Other things I know that I've grown a taste for, even with sneakers and the higher numbers. But something about the higher numbers now, I just have a better idea of how to rock the shoe. I think back then fashion was so simple when I was coming up. It was hard to understand how to put together a Jordan 16 and Levi's and a white tee. It just didn't seem right at the time. You wanted the classic numbers to just look better. But all in all, I really appreciate the 14 now. Definitely this forest green one was a color I always wanted because it's simple. There's a lot of other colors out there. I still want the Laney one, but I can wait. When somebody has that, you know, hit us up in the comments. We're always looking for kicks to buy. Or the forest green. I think these came out like in 05. I never remember seeing these on the shelf. Never remember seeing these on the shelf. I want to give a big shout out to my boy Chris Smokes out of Detroit. Oh, that's my boy, came through, showed love. Definitely, man. White forest green 14s. And a cool fact that, I usually don't ever do this because it's so cliche, but I didn't know this. I knew that it was based off of Michael Jordan's Ferrari, but I didn't know what type of Ferrari it was. I just happened to be looking on the blog one day and it popped up. I think it's like an FT, like 355. I forgot the other 3 letters, but this is a little fun fact. Cool shoe, man. I really appreciate the engineering and how they kept it how it's so amazing to see what one man, what his life and the things he does could turn into a sneaker, into a campaign, into just people believing, like the commercials and just movies, and just showing you that the sky's the limit when you actually bring something to the table that inspire people and make them believe in something, man. There's so many people that believe in Michael Jordan. It doesn't matter what he does. From here on out, it's people that's going to live and die believing in Michael Jordan. That's the best they know, hands down. I mean, I'm definitely one of them. I'm a Michael Jordan head till they put me in the dirt. You already know, put the Jordan 2s in my casket box, baby. You already know, man. Jordan 14s, white and forest green. Chris Smokes, thank you always, brother. Last but not least, I know this is getting ready to come out, and I'll probably talk about them again, but the Columbia 11s. It's an all baby blue pair of powder leather 11s. I've seen this coming out this year. And then they have this new powder blue 11, they're calling it. I'm just going to say, this is where I stand when it comes to sneakers. The Columbia 11s, this is the 2000 edition. Got the Nike Air on the inside, on the insole. I ripped this out of here. Hopefully the shoe doesn't come apart, because these are pretty old, like 14 years old. Oh, I think I almost had it. There we go. Yeah, as you can tell for the yellowing. I bust these out not too long ago on the gram and posted them. You see, got the Nike Air on the inside? Definitely old shoe. I bust these out on the gram not too long ago for the first time. I had them for about a year because I got them like last year, but I hadn't had a chance to really wear them, and I just wanted to bust them out before everybody go Columbia 11 or powder blue 11, whatever you want to call it, crazy in the month of December when they come out. I just want to let you know, like, I've been doing this and we've been doing shoes, but a lot of people was like, man, we got those old shoes on. They're 14 years old. The yellow around it, it's turned yellow. The patent leather around it, it's turned yellow. That's what happens, guys, when you have shoes for a long time and shoes are so old. But as I realized, there's the younger kids looking at their Instagram. So just in general, in 5 to 10 years, when their shoes start turning colors and they haven't worn, and you start building a collection, you got hundreds of shoes, you'll understand what it is. Like, oh, pull something out the closet, and you're like, dang, these look old, but it's actually a DS brand new pair of Columbia 11s that just turned yellow. So keep that in mind, definitely, before you get to bashing people on the gram. You can bash my gram, I don't care, and I have the shoes, but it's all right, definitely. But keep that in mind. Fun fact, the longer you keep your shoes or whatever, it's very possible that they will turn yellow. Definitely. This one 14 years going on 15 looks like. Definitely. So that's everything that I picked up for the most part. I wanted to keep it short and sweet because what I'm going to tell you, this year has been a very strange year when it comes to sneakers. They've been releasing a lot of stuff, but there have been a lot of test dummies. It's like that first version of the iPhone. When a lot of people wait for the next version, it's like they've been testing the waters with a lot of different technology in the sneakers. So for me, I kind of really had to hone in and buy things that I really wanted. Definitely. So like I said, this is Camp James. This is episode 24. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend. Definitely hit us up. And if you see me in the streets, we're going to be posting stickers everywhere, giving out stickers. If you want a Camp James sticker, yo, holla at us, definitely, man. Much love to everybody that watches the show. We love you out here, man. Camp James, keep loving those kicks, baby.